Hi, good morning, and thank you for joining me here in my shop and keeping me company while I get back to working on this radio. So this radio's been out of my shop for a week or so while I worked on a much older 1925 radio just to have some fun during the Christmas holidays. Now it's back to work, and this guy, talking about working, this guy's not working, and I believe it's simply because the on-off switch is stuck in the off position. So having said that, it sounds simple, but I think in this radio it's going to be really difficult. That's what I think. So far, what I understand about this particular radio is the on-off switch is incorporated in the push button controls very directly. In some of these radios, when you're pushing the on-off button, you're pushing a chain or a string or a wire that's reaching to a toggle switch that's actually mounted in the radio. And sometimes it's a pretty routine looking toggle switch with a chain attached to the switch part and a spring pulling on it, something like that. It's separate because it's switching 120 volts and it has the power of the hydroelectric system behind it. So it's a serious thing to be switching. The rest of these switches is switching B+ and switching signals. That's not so important. The on-off switch is a big deal. So most of the time it's not incorporated in the switch bank with the other switches because the nature of this switch is so different from the rest. Doesn't seem to be the case in this radio. Now I'm trying to remember how I got it tipped up so we could see underneath it. I think I did it with a big block. The block I used since then, I have been using now here to hold my newfangled light. I think I flashed my newfangled light at you once. I'm going to flash it again there. There it is, a ring light. Yeah, that's a ring light that's supposed to be putting nice, beautiful rings in my pupils when I'm on video, but I'm using it this way as a shop light. I have it on this nice arm here, so I can move it around. It's really quite nice. I really like it. Problem is, it turns itself off. I banged the microphone there. It turns itself off at a random point. In just a matter of a minute or two, it's just going to turn off, I think. So that's an inherent problem with this ring light. All kinds of people complaining about it. Okay, so that may become a project too at some point. And why did I go on about that? Oh yes, because of the block of wood. So, but I have other blocks of wood. Let's try this out. I'm going to do it with the transformer down. You'd need 2 blocks to match this edge here. I don't like it, but I think I remember doing it and it was quite stable in the end. Let's give it a try here. Oh man, this is nothing stable about this at all. Setting it right on the transformer doesn't sound like a good idea to me either. Yikes. This is going to be a real... What's that game? You pull out pieces of wood until you're Jenga. It's like a Jenga game with a radio. Hey, who's taking all my blocks? Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Okay, if I can just fix it here now, it'll be good. How about this nice piece of steel? Nope. It's pretty stable as it is, but just eliminate the wobble. Okie dokie. This is good now. Okay, what did we do all that for? We did all that so we can get at the back here. The last thing I remember was that there was this cover here on the back of the switch bank. And this is covering where the incoming 120 volt wires are. So I think if I get that cover off, I'll be way ahead. I'll be able to see something. I tried looking down in it with a camera. I couldn't really see what was going on. And of course, this is the off switch here. I suspect all that's down under there is just connections. It looks like there's a rivet here. A rivet right in there. Let's get the other camera going here. Good. A bit of a focus problem. Oh. Okay, so autofocus is on. Let's put up with it here. So the screw is right down at the bottom, and the rivet is holding the bracket. If I take that screw out, I'm sure this whole cover plate's going to come off. And we're going to see down inside, and we'll be one small step ahead. Looks like that's all it is, just one screw. Okay. One screw. Good enough grip there. Let's try a different one. There we go. Oh, my pile just fell. What happened there? I lost part of my supporting pile. My lumber. Such a bad arrangement. Of course, this was probably put in place before all these wires were installed here. Okay, so the screw is heading somewhere. I gotta get it. For sure, this was put in long before all this other stuff was installed. How can you get this out of here? Oh, it's a great... I think, so this side comes all the way back to here. I think this side's doing the same thing inside there. It's going all the way back. Oh my gosh. Well, I've got it out. I can see more. Maybe we should take a look now and see what we can see in there. Maybe it's not necessary to take it off. And I'm going to stabilize the focus on the camera here. So just bear with me a moment. Stop playing around. So I listened to an epidemiologist. Maybe that's not the right word. A guy who studies the behavior of large groups of people, like everybody on the earth. And of course, the pandemic has got him thinking hard. He's done a prediction of what the world will be like, say a year from now, or a little more than a year from now, when people have the sense that the pandemic has gone away and we don't need to protect ourselves in any particular way. His prediction, based on what has happened many times in the past, when there's been this kind of attack on humankind in the world, once the virus goes away and people basically recover their lives, it takes maybe a year and a half. Once the gears begin to mesh again in all of our societies, we will go into a period very much like the Roaring Twenties, in which people will be overly happy, overly exuberant, spending money, driving the economy forward like crazy. People are going to be extremely, extremely happy. This is his prediction. Of course, we know how that ended in the 20s. Unfortunately, towards the end of the 20s, things got a little too far out of control. But maybe we're smarter now as people, and we won't let the banksters ruin the party when the time comes. Now, what am I doing here? I totally forgot what I was busy doing. I'm so excited about listening to what that guy had to say. So here we go. Okay, humanity. People will become much more humane. Believe it or not. Okay, we're going in. We're not going in any farther than this. Okay, so the camera is not going to focus all the way down there. Unless I make a change. Darn. Okay, let me see if I can stabilize the camera looking in there. And then I'll adjust the focus here. And we're going to get a look in there. Okay, 1 second. What happened? Didn't I? Oh, for crying out. Okay, bear with me again. I accidentally closed the dialog box. Here we are. Okay, and there it is. And what is it? And what is going on down there? Gotta get closer. Gotta get closer. Yeah. Okay, different technique here for the camera. Let's just see what I'm doing. Cardboard box, not quite the right height. Let's see if we can get this guy to look in there and get right up against it. And we're going to have to blast some light in here to get some in there. Come in this way. There we go. Let's see what we got now. And a little bit of focusing. Okay, so now I can make out the two black wires entering at the bottom there. Those are the power wires. It's like literally the end of the power cord is what it looks like. And let's see where it comes in. So I'm just looking at the radio and tracing the power cord. The power cord goes over the top of the chassis and then drops in through a hole, and we're looking at the hole. And the two wires are well, they just go into this switch compartment. Now, is there something wrong right in here? Oh my gosh, what's going on? So I'm going to look at the upper black wire first, and it comes in very little insulation trimmed, soldered just in the air there to something sticking out from the switch. Is that a terminal? Looks like it's a terminal sticking out at the top. It would appear to be another terminal sticking out a little closer here. Oh, this is better focus up here. Have I not got the focus max? No, I don't. Hold on. I need to focus in a little closer. So staying with the upper black wire, it just seems like there's two terminals sticking out above. There's two terminals sticking out below. That's what I think I'm seeing. Terminal sticking out. Okay, so if we look at the next one here that's not covered, you can see all the terminals sticking out kind of in there. Wow, what a jungle that is. Yikes. Okay, but back in the protected zone here. You know what this is going to turn out to be? Just a defective switch. Now, so is that a crack? Is that a crack in the cover plate? Oh no. What is there some kind of number written there? 21250 or something? Well, it just either the switch contacts are just not making contact, or there's so much dirt inside this thing that they literally are not making contact because of that. That's really a fat chance on that happening. Hey, let's operate the switch and watch what happens down here. So that's the on-off switch, but it's off right now. So I'll depress one of the other switches to put the radio into on mode. Any of those terminals wiggle? I didn't see anything wiggle. And then off. Whoa! That kind of jumped the whole radio. Everything jumped. Well, nothing wiggling. What's my next move? My next move is just to hose this down with cleaner inside the switch somehow. I could probably get at it through this right in through here. This guy will move when I do this. That's probably it right there. That's probably the on switch happening right there. It stays down the whole time, but I switch bands. The whole radio's falling over now. I'm hanging on to it until I hit the off switch here, and then it'll pop out. Okay, that's the guy to hose down. Am I in any reasonable, good hosing angle here? Okay, just hang on a second. Try to avoid a disaster. So I'm going to spray WD-40 in there. WD-40 works with gravity, and you'll have to take that into account. Where is the WD-40 can? It's missing. Here it is. Here it is. Right here on my bench. So I could just spray it in there. I think it has to go quite a ways down to have any kind of effect. And if I go in through here, what am I really spraying? Am I spraying into it? That's right. Yeah. Through here is into it, and above would be into it. Can I get this to go right down in there? Holy smokes. Look at that. Okay, we're going to try this. Hosing effect. How do I know this isn't working now? How do I know that since the last time I had this set here? Why would hosing it be a problem anyway? It wouldn't be. Let's let her have it. Let her have it. Funny sound there. Well, I don't know what to make of any of that. Blast away. Give this like a 5% chance of working. So a 5% chance the problem is not what I think it is at all. It's something else, and I haven't figured that out. Set's off now. Okay, so we're going to get to use my newfangled tester voltage control beast here. Now we're going to plug this in here still. This controls the output voltage. It's showing the input voltage right now. Output voltage is 0. It's not hooked up to anything. All the way up to here, a little mark there, 117 volts. That's what's going on. Now I'm going to close the switches here. My switch panel. We're still going to go through a light bulb for no good reason. So we currently have power on here. This is switched off. I haven't really tried this before, but we're going to switch. First, it's reading the output voltage. We're going to raise it a bit. We're going to look at the amount of current flowing. Nothing. Of course, the set is switched off, so we would hope nothing flows. Now I'm going to turn the set on. If it does what it's been doing all along, nothing's going to happen. We got 40 volts showing up here. Is that what it is? 40 volts. Okay, here we go. Switch the set on in the old band. Absolutely nothing happened there. So I believe the switch is still in its open position. We would see this voltage drop 40. It would drop if the switch closed. 40 volts. Okay, so I'm gonna watch the 40 volts very carefully. Oh, see that? Look on the meter. Look at that. So why didn't it work? It's working now. See, 39 volts. It's falling because it's actually powering the radio. I gotta be a little careful now. A little bit careful. So why not when I do this? Why not? I push it a little more. Oh, look at that. So it's just there. It's just about to get it. So that the way it's behaving tells me that this is a contact that's really light. It's really weak, and even if you cleaned it, it would probably still be really light and weak. So how do you adjust that? And I'm not about to take this entire switch apart. That would be the end of the radio for sure. So it could be I've sprayed WD-40 in. A little bit of it has made it where it needs to go, but it needs more. And then if I got enough in there, it should be good. I could spray in some alcohol too in there. More spraying of the switch is, I think, the order of the day. Let me get some spray alcohol here. We could use the No Drift Color TV tuner cleaner and lubricant. And what is it? I checked all these cans. I have 3 of these. Someone gave to me, and they're all the same thing. Alcohol. So, but I need the little hose, little pipe. There's no voltage in the radio at all. Again, I'm spraying this in. Gravity's not particularly helping me. Let's get gravity helping me better here. So where's the actual switching contacts? Probably in here. Hey, can we see in there? Is it possible to see in there? That little tiny hole. What are the chances? Don't get too excited. Click the wrong thing on my computer. Can we actually see in this hole here? Okay, now the question is, can I get a little? Oh shoot! Can I get light to get in there? worry about the focus last. Let's worry about the focus now. Can't quite get the focus and the angles right here. There. What's that you're seeing there? Those look like contacts, don't they? Look like something would slide across and bump into those contacts on the bottom of that plate. The difficulty here is the camera is right in front of the hole, of course, and I can't get the light to sneak in there through. Okay, let me try my sneaky light. I have a little single LED. It's quite bright. See what we can see. Those look like holes. They don't look like, they look like holes where there's no, that's exactly what they are. I can actually see them from outside here. So there's no chance of coming down from the top, is there? Don't think so. No. It's waving the light around up at the top there. What about some other wild angle here? I haven't really tried. Trying wild angles of light. You know what else I could try? I don't know. How about try a microscope and look in there? What am I hoping to see? So if this is the sliding bar right here, this has to be carrying the switch contacts back and forth. Spraying in to get this fluid right onto the contacts, probably going in through the hole here is missing the point. The point is probably, I don't know. The point is I don't know. Point is we're halfway there, and I should just keep going. More cleaning. We're going to use the alcohol and just blast away in there. Just dripping alcohol out. Oh, work it, work it. Interestingly enough, I think if you were to bend this plate, it'd be pretty much destructive. But bend it out far enough, you could slip this out of its slot and then peel open the switch and look inside. You could actually enter this if it becomes necessary. Okay, let's see if this has done anything at all. So now we're in the off position. Apply the power again. 40 volts. This meter is watching current. Okay, we'll flip it on. Still nothing. Fiddle with it. And there it goes. Well, I think we've identified for sure what the problem is, and the solution may not be making this switch work again. In a lot of these radios, I've had to give up on the on-off switch, of all things. Wiring in an extra on-off switch, stick it on the back of the radio or something like that, just to get around the defective on-off switch, because that's the only thing wrong with the radio. Maybe not this one. We don't know what all is wrong in this radio. Looks good though. So how can we get around this now? If we decide to short out the switch. First steps in shorting out the switch. And I have this cover now loose too, which I shouldn't really leave loose. I think a study of the schematic is going to be necessary at this point before I attempt anything. Hopefully there's some way around it, like way around it. I don't have to fill around in here. I can do something totally different out yonder. Let's look upon the schematic here. Well, when you look at the schematic, it's almost like no wonder. I mean, no wonder there's trouble here. So this is the on-off switch right here, this M2, or these sliders, and to work successfully it has to successfully make 1, 2, 3, 4 contacts. It's not just a switch with 2 contacts closing. There's 4 of them here. Any one of these, or any combination of resistance in these, dirt, no wonder. Rose metal link fuse, which I believe is that weird thing we saw on the top of the transformer. It cannot be a fuse thing here. I checked all that, did I not, last time around? I've just proven that if you wiggle the switch, you can get current flowing into this transformer. It must be this switch. So to overcome it, well, I have to make a connection between here and it would be, in this case, oh my gosh, I've got to go through all this to here and to the appropriate number here, which I believe is number, I can't remember, one of these. It's obvious, I think, which one it is. I just apply power. Just ignore all this. Ignore all this and put a wire directly onto the proper 2 terminals. Now, I have to cut away these wires, but what about this? I gotta make sure this stays in the circuit. Probably easy to do. So that's all there is to it. And which one of these is the right one to hook up to? Well, here it is. So say number 4. It's written here anyway, 4 and 5. 4 or 5. 4 or 5. 4 is a little safer. Okay. Oh, hey, what's that on there? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was set up. Oops. Didn't know this camera was on the screen. I think you still saw everything. There's the only thing that you missed is the rose metal link right here. And these numbers and stuff. Okay, enough of that. That's what I got to do. I've got to bypass it just to find out if the set operates. I need to do some kind of sort of cheap and easy bypass on the switch. I have enough protection here in the shop. I don't even need an on-off switch. Okay. Okay, so what I've done is I've put on my coat and boots and went outside and blew the snow out of my driveway. Beautiful sunny day, snow, it's just beautiful outside. Right around -1. It's just beautiful. So, but I'm back in here again. Came back in here and I soldered this plug onto the primary windings of the transformer here. They've included the fuse arrangement here, or what I'm pretty sure is some kind of weird fuse arrangement. I've included it, so the power will come down through here and get into the primary winding, and the power will get into the other part of the primary winding here. You know what? I see a wild strand in there. I checked for this and I didn't see it. Now I see it. A wild strand there. Hidden from view before. Good. So plug this guy in. Now get a chance to use my newfangled device here. Ooh, oh my gosh, pull this out. There's no power on it anyway. Now we should just push this aside. Can't be plugging that in. There is a wire which comes up to the primary connection here, this gray wire. I cut it away just to make sure that no funny business happens with somehow power going backwards into the radio. I don't know how that could happen, but then that doesn't mean it can't. So I think we're all set here. Let's setting up like this. Maybe that's not very good. How are we going to get that to sit up there? We're not. I don't want to push it too far. Kind of swing it this way. So the objective is to start the radio up and see what happens, and start assessing what might require more attention. I don't like this arrangement at all. Phooey. Got another idea. It's a little big. Maybe this will do. Okay, just leave it in here. Hot tubes melt in the bag and all. That would be exciting. So I was saying I'm going to be able to bring the power up using this guy here. Turn him down. So this is on medium wave. The medium wave tuning appears to work. It's the FM tuning that has broken. We're tuned around, where are we here? We're at the high end of the band. Not that it matters much at this point. Let's see, got some tubes that I knocked crazy in here. Straighten them up. Okay. So normally I'm using a dim bulb system, and I'll still be using a dim bulb system here, but I'm going to drive up the voltage using the control knob there. And we need to plug it in. Now in terms of protection here, I got tons of it. I've got everything from a fuse right in the line here. There's a breaker on this. There's also a fuse behind that, so we're well protected in case there's something really bad. When was the last time this radio was switched on? The last time the on-off switch worked, I guess. Okay, a little bit of caution here just before we start. Volume control. Don't think I need to worry about that too much yet. Okay. So I'm going to flip this meter to monitor the output voltage as I turn it up. Watching for panel lights, heaters in the tubes, smoke, spark, flames, or too much power. How do we recognize too much power? Too much power will show up in this light, I think. the light will come on. Okay, that's the first time I've ever actually used a device like this. Here we go. And so we're on the outside scale, so that's 10 volts, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I'm going to switch now to see the power going in. Oh, it's up a bit. Okay, we're going to go up higher. This knob is marked. A little bit hard to see. There's a mark right there where to stop for 117, so I know where I'm going. Okay, so this seems just fine. We're actually measuring 0 to 4 amps. 0 to 4 on here is down here. So we're like a half an amp. Okay, let's go up higher. So this didn't come up at all. We're very close to full voltage now. 100 volts. 90 volts. Some of it's being lost on that bulb. So you can watch this now. 90 volts. It should start operating certainly by 100. We have 100 volts on it. Power draw is low. 100 volts. Panel light's on. I'm not watching close enough. Too much light on in the shop. There, that's a little better. Turn up the volume. Oh, there's no speaker hooked up. Turn down the volume, turn down the volume. Well, we're not going to be able to tell too much until I put a speaker on it. Duh. You can see the bulb is glowing slightly. But that's okay because I can monitor what the voltage is out here. And even with a drop here, I can drive this beyond 117 and get 117 here with that light bulb glowing if I want. So I see the tubes are lighting up. It definitely needs a speaker hooked up. Speaker wires. So there's two grays and a black. If I remember right, the black goes across, and this is a treble feed and a bass feed. We'll hook up to these two. And get a little speaker here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we'll see what happens. Okay, let's try this again. Now I've left this set, so I just got to hit the switch. And I better get my hand on the volume. The volume's down. The one of two lights is on. One of two panel lights. What do we hear? Exactly nothing. Maybe I need to push some of these push buttons. Okay, I'm going to stick this up to my ear. Don't come on suddenly now. 0. 0 in the speaker. So, chance I've done the speaker wiring wrong. Chance my wires haven't connected here. I got absolute 0 in the speaker. Oh! Turn the volume up here or something. That's impressive. That's a good volume control. What's more impressive is it seems to be working. Now can I spin it all the way around? You can see the front end of this. The front of it. Okay. It's operating with 99 volts. That's fine. We'll tune it. Oh, sounds good. So this is the French station, about mid-band. This is usually hard for a radio to pick up, but a radio that's working well will pick this station up in my shop, and this one's working well. Not much more to say about that. Directional antenna, probably in the wrong direction. That's 590 sports channel. 550, 600, 590. It's right on the money. Tone controls. Not a lot of bass in this anyway, but it's... There we go. That's one band done. Hey, how do you like that? Now we'll try what I believe shortwave. Shortwave 1. Shortwave 2. Shortwave 1. Reappear at the top. Shortwave 1 goes from 8 to 15, or 15 to 8. I'm down here at 8, so we'll start there. Now, oh, I need an antenna jump. Come on, put an antenna on. Hey, the CB skip has been going again. A lot more, because I monitor it 24/7. I've realized that there's a lot of periods where shortwave, where CB skip is active. A lot more than I realized. Okay, same 8 guys on it all the time. Now, so we have antenna inputs. Offhand, I don't know which is which. So let's take a look at the back. So showing a dipole, and so this is showing, this is the antenna thing. What is that showing? Probably switch to an internal antenna or something of that sort. So, but the one we really want, so 2 grounds here. That's a really confusing deal, isn't it? Ground and a ground, antenna and antenna. Well, well, you got me. I don't know how to interpret that. How come everything went so quiet? Because we have no antenna at all. How come I went that quiet? Let's go back to broadcast here.
On Sunday at like 2 o'clock, I'll flick it on for like 2 shots. How's that sound? Like, I love golf more than anything, but the real season doesn't start until, what's the one with
I think it's this one.
Tour time? Travels, right?
Of course, the broadcast is using this. Shortwave now. Shortwave. Volume up. Well, it's not very reassuring. Oh. Could have sworn that's going to be for FM. Don't know that this antenna is switched on. Now, that's full volume. Surely to goodness that's not the way it should be. So, ground below here. I'm going to have to run and make sure that this... I'm going to stop the video, fix up this antenna connection properly, and check it more carefully here. Okay, there's a out of focus shot out my window here. Back in we come. So, don't forget, Jim, the radio is switched on. It's so quiet. So I have my outdoor antenna here, and I have a plug shoved into the antenna terminal. Let's hook it up. There There we go. Now that is full volume, and the set's running with, well, it's only 98 volts. So it's running with 112 volts, but I've got it on the 127 volt transformer tap. So it's probably still running with low voltage. So I'm going to raise this to say 117 here. Ooh, ooh. Slow meter, slow down. Ooh. Wow, okay, so that just shot right up to 130. So for a short while, this radio was running on 130. 122, we'll leave it there. Okay, fairly decent volume. That is full. Weird stuff we're picking up. Oh. So I imagine that to be a data transmission of some sort. I don't know. Let's swing this around now. We can do it. Can we do it? Can we do it? It's too quiet. You should be hearing a hiss. Dirt. Sounds like the capacitor, the rotating shaft contact, the grounding contact on it. That's easy to sort out. So the frequency we're on right now is 14. Yeah, there should be stuff there. Did my antenna fall off? No. Where did it all go? Hey, what happened? What happened? I hate when this happens. Well, we did hear it there. Let's just check medium wave again. Something going on. Antenna's definitely in. Yep. Well, I did crank the voltage up a little bit. Maybe take it back down. Is there some chance that would bring it back? That's not what one would expect. Well, I don't know what happened here. Okay, nothing new in not knowing what happened. Let's go on to shortwave 2. Very weak. Why so weak? 4 megahertz. Let's go up this end at 7. More likely to actually pick something up this way. Virtually no volume. Extraordinarily weak on shortwave. That's about the only conclusion we can reach there. FM. Here we go. This is the big one. no FM hiss. No FM antenna. Now where are you supposed to put that FM antenna? Let's look at that thing again. I don't get it. And to me that's saying dipole. Well, you know, I do have an antenna hooked up. Well, let's try the other input terminal here. Nobody's home, so it could be, it could be problematic tube right there. Could be volume so low. Could be I haven't really tried. Oh, there's no tuning. So to tune this the way it is involves turning this wheel here. Now, if I turn this wheel, I'm going to what? Am I going to ruin some kind of alignment thing? I don't think so. So, you know, the wheel has to align with the pointer. That's long gone already. Okay, we're tuning. We're hearing absolutely nothing. Really, just not a thing. Okay, I think that kind of is the end of the assessment here. It's definitely got some problems. Let's see. So the AM works, and that the broadcast band works, and that pretty much means the IF strip is working. It means the amplifiers are working. It means the audio section's working. It means the detector's detecting. Everything is working. When we go to the other three bands, to shortwave and the FM, we hear almost nothing. We hear a little bit on shortwave. Possible it's alignment, possible it's a tube. We hear nothing on FM. No hiss. Probably a tube. Probably that guy right there. I think the next step here with this radio is to test the tubes and get that out of the way at this point, and then we'll see. We'll see what that turns up. So thanks a lot for watching. That's it for today, and we'll check in tomorrow. Please check in tomorrow. See if I manage to get this guy working better on all bands. Thanks for watching.